Hey guys, ClonGuy72 here, and you know what you guys asked, and you shall receive. I have for you guys a Centurion 7-1 how to play video, and I've got two replays for you. One which is textbook, sent in by Xa Carbonz, or Xa Carbonz, but for now we'll just call him Carbon, however you want to say it, because some of you are from the UK, some of you are not, so I'm just going to say Carbon, because that's how I pronounce it. So Carbon here is in his 7-1, and he's in Fisherman's Bay in Counter Battle, and he is in the middle tier. So he's going to be playing the supporting role. And even if you're top tier, you want to play the supporting role. And he's going to show you right here exactly how to play the supporting role. So this first replay is very textbook. So it's not going to be something huge, flashy, like 7,000 damage, 8 kills, something like that. This is just going to show you how to play. And he does a very superb job at playing it. And now you may notice the graphics aren't the greatest. That's because this was recorded with the Xbox DVR and not with an Elgato or something else game capture. The next one is gonna feature our friendly neighborhood Super Unicum, AKFisherofMen, and he does use the HD Elgato game capture, #sellout. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding, I'm not getting paid to say that. But I'm telling you guys now, if you guys want to record in really good quality, I use the Elgato HD game capture and it's really good. So anyway, what he's doing now here is he's got 410 view range, and plus any skills and perks. So you go well past the 445. He's just gonna do some spotting, just keeping his hit points, but you know, extending some view range because you can do that. Now, I personally would not go with optics. I don't know what Carbon uses. I'm sure he'll let us know in the comment section below if he uses optics or not. I don't, because I have 410 view range. So I have recon, situation awareness, brothers in arms, vents, and sometimes I put on putting in T, and then when you do that, you have about like 450 or 460 meters view range. So you don't even need optics. So I'd rather the vents for the extra aim time, accuracy, and DPM. But it's completely up to you guys. Maybe you just want to be a monster and spot things who are in bushes using a camo net at 400 meters away. So it's completely up to you, but I just prefer having a slightly better DPM because you have terrible DPM. You have no DPM. You're not going to brawl with this tank. Well, until you see the next replay, you might think otherwise. But you're not going to brawl with this tank. This tank is not a brawling tank. This is a ridgeline warrior, which likes to isolate tanks and put the shell into them and use its ridiculously fast acceleration backwards to get away. Now, you have a ton of ammo, so you can take speculative shots like this. So I say absolutely. If you have a shot on somebody and they're pulling away and you're not fully aimed, just shoot it off. You carry, what, 72 shells? So absolutely, guys, just smash shots out. Unless you're afraid to lose money, then I understand why you would only want to take shots so that you penetrate. And that's understandable as well. Now, he's using this ridgeline here. He's only exposing himself to one tank at a time. That's the tank he's going to be shooting at. So now he's got a shot at the Jaeger. He goes for the tracks, penetrates him, but does not damage his tracks. I would have gone for the side of the hull there and gone for his ammo rack, but he went for the next best thing, which is the tracks. So either one works for you guys, whatever you'd rather do. Do you want to mobilize him? Do you want to take out the ammo rack? Either way, he would use a repair kit. So in the end, it really doesn't matter. Now he puts another shell in the Indian Panzer. Indian Panzer wasn't moving, so he let it aim in all the way. 0.32 accuracy, guys. So pretty nice accuracy. Puts a shell into the Tiger 2 from range with APCR, but he was showing his side, so he's going to have no issues penetrating there. And once again, guys, he's just supporting. He's putting shell in. He's not killing tanks. He's just damaging. He's putting shell in here, a shell in there. And that's all you need to do. And down he goes by the T-57 Heavy. Great shot there. Great support there. So now the base is getting captured and nobody wants to push. Once again, Centurion 1 here to save the day. He can reset it, you know, and run away. That's what I would probably do. He's saving his hit points very wise here. Save your hit points for the first half of the game, guys. That way, in the end, when something happens, you have hit points to cushion you. Or if you want to make an aggressive move, once again, you have hit points, and that's what he's doing here. Playing very cautious, putting one shot in after the other. Now you have 390 alpha, so you only need to put about 5 shots in. 5 shots and you'll have 2,000 damage, guys. And so he's already got about 1,600 damage done so far, and he's only put 4 shells in. That's almost his hit pool. So now he's trying to find a shot on this E5. He aims up at his tracks and not his hull, but he only wants to reset it, so great shot there. Now if he aims a little bit higher, he will probably hit his hull, so he does change position here, so he has a better shot. But the tank pulls back anyway. He puts it into his track and penetrates him. Great shot there. You saw he almost pulled forward, but he thought about it. He realized, you know what, their TD is probably in the back. I probably shouldn't pull forward. So he pulls back, uses that ridiculous acceleration backwards and gets away. So now he's moving in. He wants to help this IS-3 out. Once again, he's not going to fight the E5 or fight with the E3. He's just going to support the E3. Or, sorry, the IS-3, not the E3. He's supporting the IS-3 by shooting his E5. He hits him in the ammo rack, and he had tracked them earlier, so he's down a repair kit. So he's aiming in the same spot, and boom! Ignition! 1461 damage, and now the base is saved, so he's pulling back. Good move here. Save the base, and pulls away. Good move there. There's no need to take any damage. If you're trying to win a game, you got to keep your hit points, support your team, especially with the 7-1. If you're in a T-54 or maybe an E5, something like that, a little more aggressive, maybe you want to be brawling. But this thing is a very supportive tank. So now he's focused down on this Borsig who's trying to flank, and that's his job. He's a perfect tank to deal with this Borsig. The Borsig does miss, so he pulls around to shoot him. He's trying to find a shot on him. The Leopard prototype gets spotted. He doesn't notice him until he shoots back. Aims up a shot, hits him in the ammo rack, because, you know, that happens all the time. And he rams him. He loses 300 of his own health. What a mistake there. Oh, he takes out his ammo rack. I would have put my ammo rack immediately in, just so I don't get ammo racked if this Borsig hits. But the Borsig hits high. It looks like maybe near the turret ring. I don't know exactly where. He's getting support. The Leopard prototype goes down. The Borsig is a one-hit. He aims for the Borsig, and he finishes him off. Textbook plays. If he hadn't saved his hit points, guys, and gone hull down and isolated tanks and just put one shell in at a time, that's all you need to do, and that's all he's been doing. He would not have the hit points there to survive that encounter, but he did. Textbook gameplay. And then he kills off the light tank. It looks like his team is going to cap, but there's plenty of hit points left alive. Over there is a Jaegeru who's fighting. Rolls pretty low on that. I can't tell if that's a T10 or not. But then on his left, there's a Waffly 100. He aims up his shot. He snaps it off because he capped the base. But it's too late. The game ends, which is very, very unfortunate, guys. He was in a far superior position. He would have farmed off of him. He probably would have had almost 7,000 damage at the end of this game if he didn't die. Great game anyway. 5,415 damage and 692 assisted. Thanks, guys, so much. No transition. We're jumping straight into the next one. Thank you, Xeon, or Za. Why did I say Xeon? His name is not Xeon. Thank you, Xa Carbon, or Carbons, whatever it is, for sending that is. Now we get to watch the Super Unicum, the friendly neighborhood Super Unicum, AKFisherofMen, in a Centurion 7-1. I would not recommend what you see him do here at home. This second half of the video is just to see what can the Centurion 7-1 do in good hands. He's going to make a very aggressive push, which I would highly recommend not to do at all, unless, of course, you're AKFisherofMen. So, this tank now goes 50. It used to only go 40, and I don't think he'd be able to do what he's going to do here. He's going for aggressive scout location. I don't think he would also do this if there was Artie in play. But there is no Artie, so he's running forward, and he's going to get to this ridge line. There's a little bump here, and he's going to use it because he's got 10 degrees of gun depression, a solid turret, not a great turret, a solid turret. A turret, if you don't keep it, if you don't hold still with this turret, it will likely bounce. Likely. Not, you know, 100%. In fact, I'd only give it, with this kind of matchmaking, I'd give it a 50% chance to bounce. So, nothing you want to rely on. He thought about poking up further. Smart move not to. He spots the Yag Panther. May as well, you know, get some damage off him. Puts a shell in. He didn't expose his hull there, guys. If you notice that, he did not show any of his hull. There's no need to. He was going to show his hull to shoot the T-30, but he changed his mind. He did not show his hull. That's something you need to do when you're playing your 7-1 or your Centurion 7. Sorry, Centurion 1 or your 7-1. There's two of them. Two Centurion somethings. And then there's the Action X, but that thing doesn't have the greatest turret. I think the 7-1's, my opinion, I get more bounces off, so I feel like it's better. So yes. Anyway, beside the point. Back to the game. Yag Panzer E100 and Fatherland behind him. He's in a position where they do not have shots on him, except his turret. He's using his gun depression very well here, guys. All he has to do is pull forward, and they cannot shoot him. He's in a position where it takes him about half a second to get out of fire. All he has to do is pull forward, and nobody's aim time is half a second. So he's that's what you got to keep in mind. I would say 2 seconds. Everybody's aim time. Just pretend everybody's aim time is about 2 seconds. And if you can find yourself in a position where you can get away in 2 seconds, then you should be good. Now he spots the Patton, whips him. It looks like he was going to try to counter this E50, who got bum rushed by the object and then got melted by tank destroyers. But he changes his mind. Now he's reloading. The E50 catches him on the reload. Very lucky. I don't think that E50 realized he shot. I think he just thought he could pull the trigger on AK, but AK was reloading. So AK goes back in his position where he can counter this E50, because this E50 is trying to counter him. This E50 is a very good position to counter the 7-1. What this E50 needs to do is not even worry about our 7-1, our hero and his 7-1. He needs to just poke up, spot the enemy team, and pull down. All he needs to worry about right now is assist damage. Now there's a Foch right there. He dodges the Foch. Foch shows his side, so he fires it up into the rear of his tank and hits him, dealing 340 damage. Good shot there. Now he's keeping an eye out behind him and in front of him. And now there's a Yag Tiger. He's aiming up at the Yag Tiger. He's got plenty of penetration to go in. Shell goes low to the left and into his tracks, but the Yag Tiger does not have the view range to spot him. And now he's getting melted by all his tank destroyers in the back. Fires a shell off, bounces off, because shooting him at range is very difficult to do with APCR, because APCR's penetration drops over distance. So even though it's a Tiger hull, it's still enough to bounce this, because it probably dropped 30 or 40 millimeters of penetration at the 425 meter range. So now the Foch, did he put a shell in the Foch? I believe he did, because he showed his rear again. The E50 is there. AK looks like he thought about going after the E50, but the T-54 is coming. He puts his driver back. He lost his driver earlier, if you noticed, and he didn't put him in right away. He didn't need to put him in, because he's sitting here kind of sniping using the ridge. He doesn't need speed. He put him back in, so I assume he was about to make a move, but this T-54 gets spotted and slows him down. He gets spotted again. There's the E50. E50 is showing his side. He aims up a shot, fires it off. Oh, it goes high and into the engine deck of the E50, and he does not have the penetration, or should I say the caliber, to overmatch. Now the T-54 bounces off. Maybe he's got the smaller gun or whatever. It went up into his turret, so it doesn't matter. Boom, he takes a hit from the other E50, I would imagine, and unfortunately it penetrates his turret. Now he's aiming up a shot at that E50. Boom! Goes right in. E50 got cocky. Goes right through his turret. E50 has no turret armor. Down, Chieftain kills the T-30 behind him, but there's still a Waffle Panzer IV, and I didn't see what that other tank was. Was it a Leopard prototype? I'm not quite sure. So now he's turning his tank around, and he's looking for shots with his gun depression. Somebody asks him to follow him, but he doesn't. It's another T-54. He aims up his shot. Boom, goes into the turret. Good shot there by AK. And there is, on his left, another tank. He goes down, looking for a shot in the Jaegeru. T-54 on his left. T-54 is going way too fast. He does not get the shot off. So now AK realizes, looks like the lake is clear, so he's going to push this ridgeline. This ridgeline is a dangerous ridgeline early on, because if there's anyone in the field, they can shoot him. Anyone in the field can shoot him. So now's the time to go up here and do what he's doing. So now he pokes up, he's got view range, he spots the E50. He does have optics on this tank, by the way. Aims up, shell goes high, he kind of whipped it, didn't aim it all the way in. That's fine though. Let's see if he gets a second chance and if he aims it a little bit better. Aims it up. He's giving him his drive wheel, puts it right in the drive wheel. Great shot there, he did his drive wheel there. See, there's the difference there. We had a very good player last game who was a great player. I'm not going to lie. But obviously he's not AKFisherofMen. AKFisherofMen puts it straight in the drive wheel and penetrates at the same time from range. And there he aims at his fuel tanks and hits the fuel tanks. I'm pretty sure he was aiming there on purpose. And now he has him here. Boom, snaps it in. Great shot there into the lower plate. Shot flew true. And it penetrates the E50. So now he's got a choice. Does he go and fight these guys over up there? Oh, it's a 7-1 and a Jaegeru. He turns on his minimap for a split second there. If you hold down your back button, it'll turn it on and off without opening up the team sheet. So you can do that. There's a tortoise over there and probably some TDs down in the field. So I think he's decided to go over this side where it looks like they might need his help a little bit more, because people are getting shot. There's a Death Star there. Shooting the T-54 does not penetrate the T-54. Fortunately for the T-54, he is living on borrowed time now. Puts a shell into the lower plate. .32 accuracy. Going in. This is very good accuracy, guys. This is great accuracy. If you're a German tank driver and you're looking to try different tanks, I would definitely try the British. I'd say they're not quite as accurate. However, they're very close in regards to accuracy. And they have better rate of fires and gun depression, something you don't get that too often on the Germans, over the front at least anyway. So now there's a Death Star. AKFisherofMen decides he's going to show off the HESH. He said he Well, yes, the reason he loaded this was to show it off because he already knows that this is a pretty good replay and we might be able to use it. So he loads the HESH just to demonstrate it for us. He only carries 4 HESH shells. And so now he's going to put them into the side of this Death Star. He's got 210 millimeters of penetration, and he fires and it goes straight into the tracks. That's the problem with HESH. It works like high explosive because it is high explosive. But he's got another HESH shell loaded, and he's going to aim it up. Aims at the engine deck, boom, goes in, sets him on fire. That's high explosive rounds for you. When it penetrates and explodes on the inside, it's going to set you on fire. And he kills him with 2 shots. Would he have done better with APCR? No, because that guy had more than half his health left. He definitely did about 1,000 damage with 2 shots there. Even though the first one didn't penetrate, the second one did, and set him on fire. So good choice using the HESH there. He switches back to APCR because he's got in front of him a Jaegeru and a Centurion 7-1. 7-1 can easily get penetrated by the HESH with 210 penetration. However, the Jaegeru, not so much. Unless you can catch his side. I have shot many Jaegerus in the side with my HESH, with my Centurion 7-1s and FE4 202s back when they were tier 10s. It's pretty hilarious. There's the Jaegeru. Now he's going to use this bush and use his gun depression here. So now he pokes up. Only his turret is showing. He aims at his side. He doesn't quite find it. He can't find. There's his lower plate. He aims in. It fires. Oh, it goes left. RNG there at its finest. He pulls up. The Jaeger had just fired. This is a 7-1. He's not afraid of the 7-1. 7-1 has a small gun. Oh, his shell goes low again. It probably wouldn't have penetrated anyway, but he may as well give it a try. Now he loads HESH here because I think he thinks he can splash the Jaeger to death. And the 704 has a bit of health left. Someone's going into the ram. He rams him. AK fires it off and penetrates for a 245 damage. It would have been a lot more damage because that was definitely a penetration. Had someone not rammed him, he would have probably done 450 and finished him off there. So now let's look at this. He makes money without a premium count. 47,000 credits. 5,849 damage with 4,549 assisted damage. First class for his 2,000 something base experience points. So apparently ace tankers are really hard to get nowadays, guys. Anyway, you probably noticed the cut there. I made a huge editing mistake, so I had to re-add this. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until then, this is CloneGuy72, and go ahead and send me stuff and hit that like button. Peace out, guys, and thank you once again.